Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing what surprise blessing is showing up in your life right now. And to do this reading, this is the deck that we will be using, and we will be pulling out 3 cards from this deck for the 3 piles. I think it's actually, I was gonna say this one, but something made me feel like it is that one. So let's take these 3 and see what you have for today's reading. For pile number 1, you have Lake Wanaka. So beautiful. For pile number 2, you have the Angkor. Again, beautiful picture. Oh my God. Can't wait to read about these places and see how they fit into your reading. And for pile number 3, you have the magnetic South Pole. So very interesting. Please see which one you're the most drawn to. If you prefer to pick with zodiac signs, you'll find the timestamp to that down in the description box. But if you prefer to pick with your crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you have the Desert Rose crystal. For pile number 2, you have the Flourite crystal. And for pile number 3, you have the Carborandum crystal. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to, and this or these will be the piles for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, as I always encourage you, please feel free to listen to them as well. Consider them your pile. You will always find that there are messages and maybe even important messages in these other piles that sometimes even help you put the puzzle together and put the whole picture together. And so it's kind of like your whole one reading from Spirit that you were meant to hear all together. So whether you're just drawn to one, several, or all, there's no such thing as too little or too many. Please feel free to follow your intuition. And once you're ready, please head down to the description box, click on your timestamps, and I will see you in your readings. If you prefer to pick with crystals, then my dear soul family, this next section is specifically for you. If this is something that hinders your intuition, then in that case, I highly recommend you pause the video, take as much time as you need, and once you're ready, I'll of course be seeing you in your reading. But if you do prefer to pick with your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, as mentioned, this section has been created specifically for you guys. And the way I like to do this is that I like to shuffle the 12 zodiac signs around in my pouch and then draw 4 zodiac signs for each pile. All right, I think we've shuffled it pretty well. Let's draw out the first 4 signs. So for pile number 1, the signs are Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces, and Leo. For pile number 2, the signs are Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. As for pile number 3, The signs are Libra, Aquarius, Virgo, and Cancer. Guys, something so weird just happened now. As I was shuffling your crystals, something in my mind told me make them or ask them to pick with their Venus signs. So, you know, you don't have to do that, but if you do know what the sign of your Venus is, I just got hit with that. Please do follow it for today's reading. Otherwise, the usual is feel free to pick your pile using your sun, moon, and rising. As I always say every day, I don't know why it just hit me. If you feel like this is resonating with you, that it's your message, then please pick your Venus sign. And once you're ready, please head down to the description box, click on your timestamps, and I will see you in your readings. Oh, if you're asking I would love to know what my Venus is. I would love to know what my rising is, because I get you guys asking me. I get these questions all the time in the comment section. You know, if you just type on Google, what are my star signs, or rather, to be more specific, my zodiac chart. There are many websites that do that for you for free. All you do is you enter the needed details, like the day you were born or the month you were born, and so on. For the rising, you must know the time you were born, but if you don't, it's okay. Then you won't find out just about your rising. But other than that, your whole chart appears, and it tells you your Venus is in that planet and your sun is in that planet, and so on. It's the easiest way you can find out for free what your signs are. Okay, so we talked a lot. I'll leave you with a little bit of time with your crystals, your cards, and your zodiac. This way you can meditate on them and feel which one or which ones are your piles. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful desert rose as well as Lake Wanaka. Cannot wait to get into your reading. If you've chosen your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, your signs for this pile are Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces, and Leo. If these are not your zodiac signs, as I always say, please don't worry about them. It is a general reading. I mean, if they resonate, if they are your zodiac signs, then it's a great confirmation. But if they are not your zodiac signs, it is definitely not a confirmation of whether this is your pile or not. As I mentioned, do remember it's a general reading. Some details may pertain to you and some not. It is only the reading itself that will reveal itself to you and show you whether it resonates with you or not, or whether this is your message or not. Okay, so let's first take a look at your oracle cards. I think it's time to pull your tea leaves. We have 3, 4, 5, and I'm feeling these 3. It's crazy, but I'm really feeling them. Ooh, a green one popped out. Let's pick that one out, and a timing card. Can't miss these 2. Guys, I'm sorry. It's just what it is with your reading. This is what happened with your reading today. And it's a cool thing because your tarot deck, I think this was meant to be. Your tarot deck is pretty small. And so we'll have all the space in the world to place your cards. It seems like your reading is pretty juicy. So let's get straight into it. And I have a surprise today. I'm going to be using charms as well. I have a bowl of charms. I'm going to be casting them onto your cards and see what the combinations give you. I'm really adamant about finding more details about what this surprise blessing is that is showing up in your life right now. All right, so you have the material aspect of Aquarius with revolution. So this is a big deal. That's right off the bat. The surface of the earth rolls. A surprising change, speaking about surprising, right? A surprising change can shift the ground beneath your feet. Respond with openness to new ideas and groundbreaking innovations. As old ways fall away, inner stability is required to change the outer world. So cool. And it has a lot of blues like your main card as well. The tranquility of the blue that is required during that time of change. But talk about surprises. You're in for a lot of surprises here. All right. The rest of your cards are hummingbirds. Really good. Trust the process, because hummingbirds always know where their nectar is. So this is definitely a confirmation of, trust the process that's going on right now. It will take you exactly where you're meant to go, whatever this surprise is. And you have demons. Okay. Wait a minute. There is something I've just read about Lake Wanaka as I was preparing for your reading, and it's so interesting. I will tell you about it in a moment, because I don't want to pause the reading, the cards, just to let you know about it. But remember, there is definitely something so interesting about Lake Wanaka being seen by the Maori people as either fairies or demons. I'll talk to you about it in a moment. You have a dog. This is a Lenormand deck. Really, really cool. Okay. Guarding. Right. And you have 2 timing cards. I'm so curious. October and May. Right. We'll see what this is about. This gives 15 as well. 10 and 5 is 15. And you have another 10 here. Could be a confirmation of 10 plus 5 or something. So this could be for some of you in October. Something might change drastically next October. But do remember that the reading's talking about something that's showing up in your life now. Maybe there are phases. There are changes happening now, and then you'll be something big by May, and then something bigger by October. Also, May is like halfway through, right? So for some of you, it could mean as timing, you're halfway to where you want to be. So there's a big surprise showing up. I don't know. Let's see. It's only guesses at the moment. So how about if I push this just a little bit down? It says, peace begins with me. I choose to be peaceful. I am peaceful. So there's definitely an aspect of being peaceful, keeping your cool. And I'm going to place this one here. Career. Okay, so for a lot of you, it has to do with your work or your goals, right? Your work or your goals, depending on how it resonates with you. And I don't want to hide this bird because it's flying off. Right. Oh, lots of tea leaves. Let's check them out. You have hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally, and that's definitely part of your reading here. I want to tell you about that now. And you have wreath, sorrow over a loss. I heard in my mind, overcome a loss. That's like, I heard it so much, I was actually going to slip and say overcome a loss when I read it. You have wind chimes, peace and harmony. That's the second time. I mean, at this point you can see this the idea of peace all over your reading. You have arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. That's so cool to see for you. Whoa, a purse. Pay attention to your finances. To me, this makes me feel like, yeah, perhaps both aspects of being careful with your finances, but also with unexpected money coming in. That's another aspect here in your reading, because we're answering the question. And you have mountain. You got that. Major challenges to overcome. All right. You have skull. Hidden secrets can harm you. And finally, you have rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. All right. So these are your oracle cards. The only way we can make sense out of the many oracle cards that appeared in your reading today is to check out your tarot cards It will give us exactly what we need to know about this specific situation. And so we're asking, what surprise blessing? Oh, see, that's the only one I flipped. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. What surprise blessing is showing up in your life right now? So these will be your tarot cards. I really feel this one as well for today's reading. Awesome. So I feel like also checking the back. So you got the Page of Wands. We'll put this into consideration. We don't have space, so I'm just going to keep it by the side, and I will remember because it's open right next to me here. I will be able to see it and reference it, and whenever we need it, I'll show it to you guys. In fact, why don't I just put it there? Okay, so let's check out your tarot cards. You have Temperance. Wow, look at that 9 of Cups. I mean, the water and the mountains. I know it's a valley, but reminds me of that for sure. And you have the High Priestess. Oh, I just got hit with a great idea here for your reading. 2 of Wands. The Devil card. That's the 2 of Wands and the Devil, the demons. That's what this is saying. I get it. I'm going to get straight to it. Knight of Swords. 3 of Swords. Look at that. Okay. As well as the 2 of Stones. Your reading is packed with energy. So, let me first talk about what I'm seeing here. It's the first one that's drawing me to talk about. So I see something super interesting in your reading. Like I do see, actually, maybe it's the same thing that will serve you in 2 different ways, or it's maybe it's 2 things that will serve you in 2 things in your life, or it's 1 thing that will serve you in 2 different ways. So what's happening here? It seems like you are, perhaps, especially with the 3 of Swords and the Knight of Swords, I feel like, and all the arrows here and the surface of the earth, I feel like at the moment you are going through some form of challenging area in your career or your goals. Things are shifting and changing, whether you know about this or not, because it's beneath you in the earth. And soon, either now or soon, you're going to be feeling like, oh, there are changes that are happening, but let me tell you firsthand, remain peaceful, because these changes that are happening are all for your favor in such a grand way you will not even believe in your future. They are coming to save you from difficulties that you could be suffering at the moment. And the only thing, in my opinion, looking at your reading, is that the changes won't be coming in a negative way whatsoever. Perhaps it is you watching changes happening that will make you feel worried. But it's just like, when we were babies and it was time for our mother to change our diapers, just like any baby in the world. In this process, the baby's like, no, what are you doing? Don't do that. And by the time the diaper has changed and the gentle way the mother has changed the diaper, the baby realizes that it just went through a nice process, and it doesn't feel all this discomfort and itchiness. It feels clean, it feels happy, it was just cuddled and received a lot of kisses. So at the end of the day, they were just worried about this movement. My God, yeah, it's almost just like the cars here, a disturbance, like, what is this loud noise, or what are these changes? It's like hearing about news that could, maybe you're going to be doing something in a different way, or some rules changing or something, and you're like, oh no, I don't want that to happen, but it's not even going to affect you in the slightest. In fact, these new things are here to change up your life and make it even better. It's exactly like hearing about new tax reforms, for example, and you're like, no, I don't want to deal with any more taxes. Why is this happening to me? And it turns out exactly to your favor. At the end of the day, you'll realize that you are, for example, the new rules are making you pay much lesser taxes or something. So it's like hearing about something, knowing about something, initially fearing the change, and your reading is telling you remain calm, because maybe during that initial changing process for you, there's something here. Maybe the initial process itself may not be comfortable. Maybe you'll have to renew some paper, or maybe you have to do an extra task, or maybe you have to do something and you're already afraid with all the demons here, and the reading is telling you, don't worry, it's going to turn out to your favor. And I wanted to tell you from the very beginning, with the dichotomy in your reading here about the demons and the Lake Wanaka. And the Maori people, just to let you know, Lake Wanaka is found in the South Island of New Zealand. It's a beautiful, peaceful area. When I read about it, I was like, oh, I hope I can go there one day. The water is so blue, as I read. It's like sapphire blue color. People go there particularly during the ski season, and as they ski, they watch this beautiful lake. It's so tranquil and calm, giving us the understanding that your reading is telling you, remain calm. You have no idea how good this is going to come to your advantage. And so this spot, Tipawa, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really remember the exact name of what I'm about to say. Tipawa, I think. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is, in this place, the Maori people believed that the Tipawa lived there, right? So the Tipawa are either fairies or demons. And that's why I was so surprised to see the demons in the beginning of your reading. So depending on their personalities, they could be like demons or they could be fairies. And so some spots, depending on where these fairies are, could be considered either magical at times or sometimes dangerous. So but at the end of the day, these places are like considered of great transformational power. So you definitely see a huge transformation, my dear pile number 1, in the area of your work or your goals. And don't be afraid. These two aspects of fairies and demons, according to personalities, in my opinion, is saying according to your perspective. At the end of the day, it's going to turn out to be great. That's for sure. And these are changes that are part of your path, and they just know where they're taking you. It's not haphazard. It's not something you're going to be paying for. It's not something that you're going to lose or hate. You are literally on the right path. So go through it with peace and harmony. Remember, every time you're like, what are these changes? Remember, this reading came to tell you, be at peace. And do note that these major changes are happening for you and not against you. You will see that it's like you have a driver, a spiritual driver that just knows where it's going. And you're like saying, where are you taking me? This is not where we want to go. We're late. We're this, we're that. And the driver's telling you, I know, I've been here 1,000,000 years. I know where I'm taking you. Just relax. Sit back, relax. Forget about time. Forget about everything. And you will be there in a jiffy. Yeah, you'll be there in a jiffy. So you put your trust in that spiritual driver, and all of a sudden this driver takes you to that awesome place you always wanted to go in seconds, and you're like, oh, whoa, and that spiritual driver is like, I told you. So it's kind of exactly the same thing. Perhaps October to May, something is cut into half. Your journey is cut into half. Like, you don't have to go through the whole thing. There's a shortcut. In terms of timing, there is a shortcut. And so it is going to serve you in the best way possible. Like, if you're in university, for example, and a professor tells you if there is an extra test, if you take that test, it makes you legitimate to, like, not have to take these 3 subjects or 5 subjects or something. I'm making things up, but you know what I mean. So your reading is telling you to not let your worries get the best out of you in this next phase of your life, because these fast movements, I was saying fast and these moved, with the Knight of Swords, these fast movements are moving towards your favor with the Ten of Pentacles. In fact, for a lot of you with purse and the coins and the Ten of Pentacles, it may be bringing a lot of specifically financial abundance. But you know, it doesn't have to be financial. It depends on what your goal is. It is going to be rewarding you or giving you the results that you are hoping for when it comes to your goal or your career. So I believe this mountain is saying it's cutting this long journey in half. And you'll find yourself all of a sudden in a jiffy, right? Overcoming major obstacles that would have taken you a long time to achieve. And so there is a great emphasis because of all these changes that are happening with the demons and the devil. Remember, the devil card is an illusion. So don't fall victim to your illusion and feel like you're losing something, or you feel like whatever you worked on is not working anymore, or whatever that is. Hold on to your peace of mind during that time. You know, let the wind go by as it should, and as you go through it with a lot of peace, these changes will prove to show you in a jiffy, like right away, will show you that this change has in fact come to your favor and not against it. So I would say, you know, keep your cool with the Temperance card, and try with the Secrets and the High Priestess, try to right away look into it and see how it's serving you. Like, ask questions, pick up the phone and ask about these new changes, or take a look at how it's serving you. I think right away you'll be able to uncover what it is that it's trying to show you. I paused because you had the Page of Wands in the back of the deck, and the Page of Wands is an explorer. So curious explorer, going after their passions, wondering, you know, what can I do with this? What is this gonna serve me with? What are these changes? Why are these changes happening? So I believe with the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Wands, as well as the Page of Wands, this is weighing things out, exploring. Don't fall victim to your mind right away. Guard your mind because of all the blues here. Guard your mind. Stay true to your mind, and you will very soon, don't fall victim to sorrow. Stay at peace. And soon you will see that this was absolutely taking you to the right direction. It's like your spiritual driver that just knows its way. You don't understand how happy you're going to be, because you have the Nine of Cups. That's why you have cutting the path shorter. This is in fact a wish fulfillment for you, and these changes are coming to your favor for you to achieve that. With all the swirls, it's happening in a way that you're not expecting. That's why you're a little bit shocked and you're like, hey, what's going on here? You thought perhaps that you had to save up and you had to do this and had to do that in order to achieve your dreams, and all of a sudden some rules, for example, show up and they turn out to maybe save money for you or take you straight to the place that you wanted to go or something. And you'll realize that these major changes that are happening in your life right now are showing up in your life, and you don't have to wait, are showing up in your life as a blessing for you to achieve your dreams and to live in abundance with the Ten of Pentacles, manifesting more than what you're expecting. So what I wanted to say right now is that you don't have to wait until this whole process finishes and you're like, oh, so that's what it was. In fact, your reading is telling you to look at it. See, the rooster is alert and you've got secrets here. And so I really believe your reading is telling you to explore. That's why this card was so important for it to come out. In fact, why don't we give it space? Explore, and it's coming on top of the Three of Wands. Instead of feeling afraid, explore, see your options, and uncover with the High Priestess and the hidden secrets here, and as well as the Rooster. Uncover how it's assisting you, because the earlier you find out, the faster you move. And look at that motorcycle that was just passing as we said that. So interesting. I did say I was going to cast some charms for you. I think there is definitely additional information there. Most important thing about this whole reading is to guard your mental state. Because why, right? Trust the process. It is taking you halfway already to what you want to achieve. Right, so this is like going to be so awesome. You have no idea. You're going to look back in a day or two and go, how do I get to be lucky like that? All right, so let me bring out your charms. Okay, and I'm just going to like shuffle it all around and take. Right, let's see what we got. I'm just going to put this to the side. And right, so this fell on the Rooster. It could be that somebody will tell you something. Spoken news, perhaps, we'll find out. So you got the dog again. Like, what are the odds? Wow. So you're protected, right? As you go through this process or this news, do realize that you are absolutely protected, and there's an emphasis on that. Nothing bad at all is going to happen to you. Maybe it's the shock of things changing up. And right here, you got, that's the thing. Do you see that? You'll think that there is something hidden there to scare you. And your reading is telling you, don't worry, you're protected. Just look into it. Here, look at that. Oh, isn't that nice? It tells you, because another person in your life is appearing, it's telling you someone can help you out, perhaps, with that. Girl power. Love that. Okay, so obviously it's telling you you are in a powerful place. Maybe these changes might feel like a bit worrisome. They just feel like that, but you've got all the power and you're reaching more than what you believe with the Ten of Pentacles. You're manifesting more than what you believe. I think this reading's telling you, you got this. Don't worry, this is coming for your favor. Now, I just want to look closer at this and this. I highly believe that this is saying someone is... I get it. Remember when I told you that there is more to uncover, and it's better to uncover it from the beginning so that you can make use of it? Your reading here is telling you, don't worry. You will have someone that will update you with this information. So don't panic and maybe like call your colleagues or call your family members, call someone in like the organization, or call someone in like the tax department, whatever this is, right? You will find someone who's going to tell you, hey, don't worry about it at all. What's your situation? What's that? Oh, you're lucky because you're part of this change. Don't you know that this change can do this? I can help you out with that. And they can like provide you calmly with the needed information. And they're like I hear keyboard, tick, 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 tick. They give you information, whether this is a friend or someone you're calling, or a department you're calling. And your reading is telling you, you've got this. Don't worry, you're protected. This is coming for your favor. You've got someone who will give you the ins and outs of this right away. It's just about connecting with someone in the right direction, or that has to do with whatever's changing, or maybe a colleague that you have and who's going to guide you and tell you, oh, that's so easy. Don't you know you can do this and this and that? And like I said, it's taking you much higher. Like you thought you were at the beginning of your journey or something, or you thought that your blessings were there, it's just going to be a surprise change and turn to another place that's more abundant. It's like, oh, I was going to tell you, like it's as if you were in a small lake and you follow the path 5 minutes and you find the bigger lake somewhere down the road. And as I was saying that, I remembered as I was reading about Lake Wanaka, is that there's a lake within a lake, and it's so tranquil and beautiful. But you know, when you get out of this lake, you see this huge, beautiful lake. So to me, this is saying you could be afraid of losing something, but it's small in the grand scheme of things of where this major change is taking you. And these changes are not going to affect you at any point of this whole changing process. Not in the beginning, not in the middle, or not in the end. So why go through it worried when it's your spiritual driver taking you to a much better place, taking a shortcut to you achieving your dreams and getting even more than you think. You've got this, my dear pile number 1. This was your reading. I personally really enjoyed it for you guys. What a way to see your energy. All the best of luck with that. There are major changes happening in your life right now, and it's going to come, talk about surprise. It is going to come in a surprising way, but do remember, these surprises are for you and not against you. This was your reading, my dear pile number 1. I truly hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity e-cookbook. It has 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. So if you're interested in checking it out, I did partner with a nutritionist that I personally really love and believe in to be able to bring out this project for you guys. There's also a vegan version if you're vegan. If not, you can make use of both ebooks. There are no duplicate recipes, and this way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from, maybe even for the rest of your life. Like I said, if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find the link to it down in the description box. And my dear pile number 1, thank you so much for tuning in, sending you so much love, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful Flourite, and your card is the beautiful Angkor Wat. I was very fascinated reading about the Angkor Wat. I was pretty surprised that it was that famous and I didn't know about it before, but boy, has it been moved to my dream bucket list one day, if I could ever. What an awesome place. Okay, so these are your cards. If you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, and in that case only, of course, your zodiac signs for this pile are Aries, Sagittarius, Taurus, and Capricorn. Welcome to your reading, guys. I do see another, I think it's purple. Yep, let's take that out. And if these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about them, and do note that they are present in your reading because their energies will be matching the energy of the reading itself. And remember, it's a general reading. Not every single detail will always pertain to you. It does not mean at all that it's not your reading. Sometimes some details are like confirming that this is your reading, and sometimes they just belong to someone else, and you can see how your pile pertains to you. Okay, so that's the disclaimer right there. Let's take a look at your tarot oracle cards first. I can't help, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm gonna bring it here. Oh no, I don't think you can, but if I push these a little bit, you will see what I'm seeing. There is a green card right there and it's really calling out to me for you guys. So I'm gonna take it out. And let's check out your oracle cards. So you have Lantern. Wow. I really feel there is a strong spiritual aspect here, especially with the Lantern. You have Mites. Okay. I didn't read what's on the card here. It says, I have the courage to live my heaven on earth, as above, so below. I'm aware that sometimes things must fall apart to be reborn as I would wish. Okay. So you have the spiritual aspect of Sagittarius with freedom. So cool. Releasing a bird to fly free. Love this card for you guys. A wild bird soars on the air, limited only by its wingspan and the weather. Do you need to find bigger adventures or a new life philosophy? Are there limitations on your freedom that need to be acknowledged? Really cool. Because, you know, the lantern and the mites makes me think that this, like, maybe this reading, or you will see something so tiny that you haven't seen before that could have been prohibiting you from being free or achieving something or reaching your destination. And I feel like it's a tiny thing that's going to change, that's going to come as a surprise, or maybe you will be surprised at how small something was that was standing in your way of freedom and you creating this heaven on earth that you deserve. So that's the initial impression. As always, I'm very open to how the reading is going to take us. Let's check out the rest of your cards. You have Sacred Cow. This is a Lenormand card. So let's keep it here. And you have Wealth. And you have Key, successful outcome to your problems. Lovely. You see, something small is going to be the key to open up huge blessings coming in. This could be in the form of actual wealth, like actual money, maybe actual wealth and something that means so much to you. You know, wealth could be money, could be really anything that is dear and important to you. You have Broken Bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. How weird is that? Out of all the cards, do you see? Successful outcome to your problems, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. It's really cool. It could be saying like there's this something small, so tiny, that could be the very thing that can either become the success to your problem or could be the thing that ruins it for you or something. You have May. I highly recommend you check pile number 1 out. They also got May. And I just noticed something here. Oh, yes. I've noticed Hathor and how Angkor Wat was considered the sacred place for the gods and the devas. And you know, the ancient Egyptian gods, especially the old ones, the Neteru, were considered the early gods of the world, just like in Hinduism and different mythologies around the world. I don't know why I connected that. It just came to mind, so I just said it like naturally as I got it. But we'll find out in a moment. And you have December. All right, so you have May and you have December. You have older man, dealings or relationship with an older man. You have Apple, temptation will test you. You have Rose, romance is in the air. Oh, and you have marriage and romance. So cool. How, what a coincidence, right? All right, we'll keep that as well into consideration. Really wondering what this reading is all about because it's moving in so many directions at the moment. And there's only one way to find out. Let's take a look at your tarot cards and see what surprise blessing is showing up in your life right now. So these are your cards. You have the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Devil card, time. It's interesting, this Devil card, and what perspective it's giving us. You have the Two of Pentacles. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 more cards, but I'm already seeing so many things. Look at the roses here being colored in red. And you have red roses here and red roses here. So that's definitely part of your reading. And also, apples remind me of Adam and Eve. Or as I like to say, also Adam and Steve, right? So it depends on how you see this for you. I see that for some of you, one part, you've got many surprises, by the way, coming up, and perhaps why you have 2 dates here. So one surprise, blessing that you're not expecting with the Ace of Swords. Also, this is a new chapter in your life. Also, the Nine of Cups came up in the same position in pile number 1. Again, I would highly recommend you check pile number 1 if you feel drawn to it. And look at the timing here. Okay. Back to what I wanted to say. It looks like there are 2 things happening in your life as a surprise. And with the Ace of Swords, it's a new beginning. And right off the bat, I see that for some of you, there could be some romance showing up in your life all of a sudden. And maybe you're meeting someone now, and things may get very serious by May. So that's one thing, especially with Hathor showing up. Hathor is the goddess of love, right? So yeah, of beauty, of love. So love is in the air for sure here in this pile, and that's one of the surprises that I see coming up in your life. It's interesting. I'm seeing time. And with older men, do you feel like you are running out of time? And all of a sudden, as I was saying that, I saw the Emperor holding, I know that's not what it is, of course, but I saw it like as a video game thing, which reminds me, I'm going to be using charms for you guys today. And look at that. It's right up there. It helped me explain what I wanted to say. You know that? I can't remember what it's called. But I do see this Emperor holding it. So back to time, and I'll explain what I'm seeing here. And we will be using, by the way, charms today. I'll be taking some charms and casting it on your cards. So do you feel like you are running out of time in regards to something? Do you feel like you want to achieve a certain wish with the Nine of Cups, but time is running out? I have a surprise for you. You know, just like in video games, when you sometimes like find a specific thing, you run into something and it takes you many levels ahead, or it gives you this special power to all of a sudden do what you want. I'm seeing this aspect here in your reading. You've envisioned something with the Ace of Swords. This is the looking through glass. You've envisioned something so much that it's actually manifesting in your life. And your vision is pretty grand because you've got the Angkor Wat, right? It is like one of the, it's not one of the, it is the largest religious complex on earth, the Angkor Wat. It's in Cambodia, and I think it's in the ancient city of Khmer, as I read, Khmer city. And this city is considered the center of truly sacred geometry and geography for thousands of years. So big energy here, which gives me also, like I mentioned, it is the place of where the home of the gods and the devas, like pretty sacred place here. And the Emperor gives me an impression that you want to build some form of empire, or if this is not about work, then you, although we see money here, but I'm keeping a very open mind, and you have a huge dream, whatever that is. I see you like a huge dream that you envision it in your heart. Seeing Angkor, what for you, and the Ace of Swords, I see that the surprise is that huge dream that you have been envisioning. You're gonna start seeing with the mites little things showing up in your life here and there that will act as showing you that you will in fact be achieving this dream, and it will come true for you. It will be set, you will be set free to be able to achieve it. Perhaps this dream you're afraid of, it might take a long time. Well, do I have that time to create something big like that? Or will I be able to achieve this? Or maybe you feel like you've run out of time. Whatever the energy is here that resonates with you, there is the aspect of time letting you know time has nothing to do with this, surprisingly, because you will be set free to take a huge shot of achieving whatever you wish so much sooner than you think, because time is an illusion. In fact, the Devil card here speaks about that. You know how the Mad Hatter is always stuck with tea time because the clock doesn't move, and they're stuck in having tea forever, right? It's like, oh, it's tea time. And if the Mad Hatter realizes that time is not really real, it's a construct, they don't have to be stuck to that tea time. They can just leave it and go and do something else, right? That's the idea of this Devil card in this deck. And so to me, time is relative. It depends on how you look at it. Some people, it looks like it's a long way to go, but it seems to you it's much closer than other people. Time is relative here, and you will be seeing little clues this month, but huge things happening in May. But starting this month, you'll be surprised to see tiny clues here and there. But although tiny, they make a big difference, like mites, right? Although tiny, they will make you understand that you are in fact going to achieve that huge wish. And I see that you're being supported because you have so many deities in your reading. All of a sudden you have Hathor, and of course the Angkor, what is the home of the gods, like I keep seeing, the home of the gods and sacred devas, and it's like a representation of heaven on earth. I feel like you are being supported by heaven, by the universe, by God, whatever you believe in. You're so supported to make this dream happen. And in fact, the surprise is starting this month, like I keep saying, you will be seeing little clues here and there that will show you that it is happening. If this has to do with your finances, perhaps you're wishing for some money or something, I think that you will be maybe getting a lot of money or something, or they are clues on how you will be making this huge amount or that blessing that you are looking forward to. You're going to start this month being set free to move towards it. Your freedom starts now, and I also see that in May it's your total freedom to move forward. Now, I also wanted to talk to you about, with the surprise here, because, okay, I'll tell you what I'm seeing. The surprise here with how the little things, remember, that could be standing, either making you really successful, like success to achieve that huge vision. In fact, Flourite has to do with following your spiritual path. What a reading. Wow. All right. It helps you in following your spiritual path. So what I want to say is there's something small. Although all of this is happening for you, be careful, pile number 2, because just as the universe is showing you little small clues of how this is going to be working, also little things you can do can be the determining line between you making this sweet dream come true as your key or not. So you're in that between phases energy, right there, of you in that energy of manifestation. So what is that? We see with the Seven of Pentacles here, patience, right? You want to take your time and to build things properly, or to do, or to work on yourself, or to work on this goal or this dream properly with the Seven of Pentacles. Here we see them coloring the roses red because after they've grown the trees and the flowers, they've realized that the Queen of Hearts started getting actually requested red flowers. So to fix the situation, they started coloring it in red. So to me, this is saying, don't make things fit. Do things properly as they are needed. Don't try to take shortcuts. The universe will be taking these shortcuts for you. In fact, there are huge shortcuts, especially with time coming up. So don't worry about it. What you are being called to do, guided to do, is to do things properly. Sometimes there are things that you have to restart. Sometimes there are things that you have to do in a smart way. In all cases, I'm getting the idea of choosing quality over quantity. With that, because sometimes with time we could be pressured to do things with quantity rather than quality. I see your reading is guiding you. The key here is to do it properly. Forget about time. Don't be tempted just because time is running out or something, especially with older men and the time here. Make the right choices with the Two of Pentacles. And as you do things properly, you'll be surprised to see how the universe takes, because look at that. You've got powers standing by your side. And it will take shortcuts for you. And if you're afraid of losing something, don't worry. In fact, I did read that originally the Angkor Wat was dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, who is the god of preservation and maintenance. That's another word. The great maintainer. So this is going to be kept and protected for you. Just make sure you do it in the right way. And this probably means with the Ace of Swords that you need to put things into perspective. Like, have a clear vision at this phase of your life. I think this is the key here. Have a clear vision of where you want to go, how you want to do things, and stick to that. Be committed to that with the Ace of Swords. And you will find that you will be incredibly fortunate and there's a word. Abundant is the word I'm looking for. You'll be incredibly fortunate and abundant. And always remember, there is, with all of this huge energy working for you, to match that energy in your 3D is to make sure that you don't take shortcuts, but to be patient with the Seven of Pentacles. Don't worry about time, because your reading is definitely telling you time is an illusion, time is a construct, and the universe will be taking these leaps for you. And it's a very critical time in your life that you must focus and be patient. And it's a time where you can use all of this great energy to your advantage, or perhaps you'll miss it and you won't cross to the other side. So don't let temptation test you, as your cards are showing you, especially between the time of this month to May. It is a timeless reading. If you're watching this later, then the time from now to 5 months later. And boy, will this time turn everything to your favor, and you will be super abundant. There's no question about that. You're going to be super abundant, depending on what abundance is for you. Is it wealth? Is it achieving a huge dream? Is it both? You'll be showered with abundance and prosperity. There's no question about that. Remember these dates. And it's really crazy because I've been doing readings for the last, I think the last 3 months, starting September. I think you guys would remember that too. September, October, November, December. These 4 months, I have been receiving for you guys December and May. And there are other months, like 2 other months. I don't want to get into them in this reading, but December and May. If you've been on this channel for this long, you've seen it. You know what I'm talking about, right? Isn't it crazy? December and May. And the other 2 were April and February. January, February, and April. But it's these months that keep coming up, and it's been coming up. And every time I open the cards, it's one of these cards, especially with December and May. So yeah, look forward to something definitely happening starting this month, and it manifesting fully in May. And part of your reading here is that you will, I was going to say you are going to be free. You will be free, but I heard you are starting to feel free. So that's really cool, because obviously your feelings of freedom, like, you're going to start feeling it this month, sensing it this month. It's going to start showing you. It's going to start showing. And please don't worry about time at all. The universe works in magical ways. So you've got 5 more cards. Let's find out more information about this surprise blessing that is showing up in your life right now. So you have the Fool. You're definitely starting something new here. I mean, the Fool falling on the Ace of Swords. You have the 9 of Wands. Guard it. Your reading is so consistent. Guarded. This energy, you're going down a new journey, right? It's the seeing through glass. It's the rabbit hole. You're starting a new journey this month. You're beginning it. So guard that energy well. Make sure you make the best out of it. Be patient and be focused on quality. Or focused on your vision and your plans. Don't take shortcuts. Like unnecessary shortcuts, I mean. Look at that, the High Priestess looking through the glass. Didn't I tell you guys? You are going to start seeing, your future this month. You're going to get a glimpse into your future and your dream, because the universe will be showing you so many little clues here and there, and you can't miss it. It's like the gods or the universe or God is speaking directly to you. So listen. They're going to be showing you a huge glimpse of your future this month through events that are going to happen. You have the World card. And look, Fool and World card, you're ending one journey and you're beginning a new. You've completed an important chapter of your life, and now you're going to start a bigger one. And you have the Strength card. And you can see here, this is really interesting actually, that these 2 cards came together. This is a huge prediction to your future. Listen to this. You have here Alice in Wonderland, and she's now the queen. She's won over the chessboard. She's gone to the other side. She made it. Here, we see a glimpse, perhaps, of what you're going through now. In the Strength card, you see Alice in the 8th square. She's on her journey to moving through the chessboard and winning and becoming the queen. But right now, she's come a long way. She's a little bit worried. She's in the middle of the woods, doesn't know what to do, but doesn't know what's going to happen, maybe a little bit afraid. I see that you have a strong message here with the cut through. Remember the game? A strong message here that although you feel like there is a long way, maybe more to go, you're going to be surprised at how this milestone of your life ends so quickly and you're already beginning another. So I don't know what you're doing, of course. Are you like a student who's gonna move quickly towards, you know, their graduation? Or are you gonna go up in your work, up quicker in your hierarchy of progression in your career? Maybe you had a year or two more to go to acquire a certain position. You're gonna get it right away. Maybe you have your own business and you had specific goals. Maybe the demand is going to increase. I don't know what's going to happen exactly, but this is huge. You're so supported. You have no idea. You have no idea. And I believe I saw another aspect. That's why I paused. I'm going to get to it in a moment. But what I'm saying is, you're going to be surprised at how there's a huge shortcut. So stay there strong. There are so many things going on in this month for you. First of all, there's some quick form of promotion or an end of a chapter that's coming quicker than you thought, and you beginning a new one. And perhaps that's your glimpse into the awesome future that's coming very quickly for you. Or maybe this month you're getting this news here and there. There are talks in the office or something about how you could be making it into this position in a couple of months, maybe. I could guess forever. But I am telling you, as I can see in the energy of your cards, of course, that you will be truly abundant and prosperous. You'll start seeing signs this month of how big things and how your future is changing drastically. In the meantime, you are requested to have a clear vision of where you want to go, so that energy serves you, and stick to that. Be committed to that, and don't take any shortcuts. And be committed to doing things in the way you've envisioned it. Don't be afraid of time or anything else. Just focus on quality. Because it could be the one thing between you making this huge empire or this huge dream come true or not. And we don't want to forget, along with freedom, there is love. Love is in the air. 3 cards showing it for us: the apple, the rose, and the marriage card. They're on top of all that, and you beginning, because the Fool here, and I see it's falling into the rabbit hole, right? So you could be falling in love with someone who you may be committed to, especially with the goddess Hathor here, committed to later. So love is in the air for you as well, my dear pile number 2. And this was your reading. This, like the beginning of your big life, is starting now. I wish I could shake your hands. Congratulations. This was your reading, my dear pile number 2, sending you so much love and light and wishings of great blessings to begin now for you. This was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity e-cookbook. It has 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. That was the whole intention as I was working towards this project. I did partner with a nutritionist that I personally really love and believe in to be able to bring out this e-cookbook for you guys. I was very passionate about this idea, and I'm so happy to see how so many of you love it. Thank you guys. I read your reviews. I read your comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoy it too. And if you're vegan, by the way, there is a vegan version. If not, you can make use of both ebooks. There are no duplicates, and this way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from, maybe even for the rest of your life. Cooking it in a matter of minutes makes life easier and makes it healthy and makes it delicious. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And my dear pile number 2, sending you so many wishes of you seeing this right away, sending you so much love, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Guys, I forgot to cast the charms for you guys, but maybe that was the only charm that was supposed to come out because I saw it as I was taking a look at your reading. You know, remember, everything's meant to be. Sorry about that, guys, but you know, we're just letting the universe drive us towards how we're meant to do your reading. So apologies about that. Love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful Carborandum, and your card is the magnetic South Pole. Today we're taking a look at what surprise blessing is showing up in your life. And if you've picked your zodiac signs using your if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case the signs are Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, and Cancer. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, as I always say, please remember that this is a general reading, and some details may not be pertaining to you specifically, but always remember that you will know your reading through your message, and always trust your intuition. It is what guides you and leads you to the right reading. So yeah, not everything resonates. Remember, it is a general reading. Right, so these are the tea leaves that I see for you guys. Let's put it to the side and let's check out your cards. So you have the material aspect of Sagittarius with, can you see your card? With adventure. So nice. You have horses gallop through endless fields. Go on a journey with your mind, body, or spirit. New and different experiences can remind you of your own vitality, as well as expose you to fresh perspectives. Move out of your comfort zone and into uncharted territory. Love this card for you guys. I really feel the power of this reading for pile number 3, especially with the magnetic pole, South Pole that came out. So I'm really wondering what we're going to be seeing here. You have Arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. If you were drawn to pile number 1, I highly recommend it. They got this card as well. It's a 200 card deck, so what are the odds? You have Snail. And you have Crystal Ball. Actually, I want to move them down because there's one more card. So this is a Lenormand card. You got the Crook and Flail, right? Used by a pharaoh. So interesting. You have Bell Announcement. Okay. Ooh, announcement by an authority or something. You have Success. Wow. Rooster. Again. Alarm or something. Throat chakra all over your reading. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Yeah, I feel like a huge announcement coming up for this pile. Perhaps that's a surprise. And you have Chair Filled. Someone new is entering your life. All right. This could be literal for some of you, by the way. Maybe someone new is entering in your life, and that's part of your prediction here. Okay, so let's check out your tarot cards. It's the only way in which we will truly understand what your reading is trying to say. So, what surprise blessing is showing up in your life right now? Whoa, I also felt this one. All right, so this, these two, this one. So only 3 left, 1, 2, and 3. All right, so let's check out your cards and see what surprise blessing is showing up in your life right now. You have, whoa, right, electricity? No, because I was like thinking about something. You've got the magnetic field here. with the South Pole. Also, I know the Carborandum is a semiconductor, and the tower with the electricity. Some of you might be like scientists, engineers, specifically in this pile, scientists, engineers. You work with electricity somehow, communication or something, that's for sure. Very specific detail, just like the zodiac signs, very specific details, but it definitely pertains to someone watching this pile. You have the Emperor, Hermit, the Eight of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, Justice, Fool, so you've got the Fool card, and you've got the King of Cups. So, and you've got 4 more cards to go. We'll open them in the right time. So what's the surprise blessing that is showing up in your life at the moment? We do have the keyword success here. I really feel like it is somehow centering your reading. And I do see the element of some decision maker with the Emperor in conjunction to the Justice card. We did see the crook and flail that the pharaohs hold, the kings hold. I can't help but tell you, my dear pile number 1, that you will be hearing about some surprise news or surprise decision. And this is why, again, now seeing that, if you watch pile number 1, if you were drawn to it, you will be surprised there as well. Now, that's totally confirmed. In fact, I even remember the rooster, these 2 exact cards showing up in pile number 1, giving us the same idea. It's crazy. Pile number 1 and pile number 3 are very close in today's reading. And this is like a detailed part of someone's reading, like some news coming from an authority that will truly surprise you. So if you're drawn to pile number 1, I highly recommend it. I do see, of course, in pile number 3, many other details. Maybe they are 2 different readings for some people, and maybe they are just a completion to one another to some others. So I do see that this surprise will shock you at first. I can't believe how both piles have these certain things these things in common. If you watch pile number 1, you'll see the shock yourself. And you do have a crystal ball here and a crystal ball there. So I will tell you that this is a prediction in your reading today. This announcement, even though it will shock you at first, it will prove to be something that will give you generously. And this is going to help you from moving slowly towards a specific path or goal that you have, to moving very quickly, galloping through it. And so this decision will prove to be so good for you, standing by you. In fact, this decision is there to help attract something of great magnitude to you. And I say that because you were originally drawn to the magnetic South Pole. And, you know, it's called the magnetic South Pole because, as you know, the Earth spins on its axis. Well, it depends if we're on the south. What I did was right, because you'd think the Earth was going clockwise, right? But anyways, forget about this detail. The Earth spins on its axis, right? But the inner core spins as well, but at a different rate, right? And so the difference in the two creates a dynamo effect that ultimately creates the Earth's magnetic field. And I see here, I envision this in my mind as energy around you starting to move, and it's been moving around you for quite a while. You haven't, maybe you've been seeing signs, you've been hearing about things, and you shrug. And you say, okay, now you too are starting to see that effect of that energy movement into your life, and it's going to appear in such a strong way in the form of, as you can see in your reading, of some form of communication from an authority. There's no question about that, from a strong authority. And so this decision, although will shake your life, because, sometimes these create some movement in the core, right? And to how the earth moves. So I'm trying to say is maybe it's going to create a little bit of shakeup for you guys, but it will be just like the magnetic field. It's like a planet-sized electromagnet, right? It's going to attract in such a strong, crazy way something that you want in your life. Magnet, right? Magnetic field is going to attract something big generously. Perhaps it is success that you're looking for, or success towards a goal that is so important to you. And so this shakeup that may initially shock you and make you go, oh, what? Will turn out to be completely in your favor, helping you from moving slowly to moving very quickly, galloping towards your goals. This will enlighten you towards a specific direction that you weren't looking at before. So it's like hearing something that you may not initially like, but it's going to be very fulfilling. And this is what the reading is predicting for you. It's enlightening you. It's letting you know that once the time comes and this decision comes these days, don't be shocked with the Hermit card. See, we have the Sun here. Do realize that it's allowing you to shift directions. And so take the time with the Hermit to look at things on a deeper level, because the Hermit goes introspect, right? So I'm seeing the idea of look at things deeply. Don't waste your time. I heard in my mind like others. So I'm just going to say it. I don't like comparing. I don't like saying things like that. But I heard it, so I'm going to say it. Perhaps it's important for me to say it because the panic maybe that others are going to have may affect you, right? So I'm going to trust my intuition and tell you what I heard. I heard like others. So don't, I heard frenzy. So maybe there's going to be a frenzy, right? Like everyone's going, oh no. And it might be overall just a great thing. So your reading is telling you to look deeper into the situation, and you will discover that it's giving you a new direction. Especially that we see the Eight of Cups. I see you like moving out of something, being redirected into something. And the King of Cups, crazy. I was going to say something else and I heard in my mind the happiest court card in the deck. Is it true? Is the King of Cups the happiest? Really? Let me check that. I didn't find anything like that, but I was reminded of something, that the King of Cups is the heir of water. And I just heard a really beautiful quote by Robert Grant yesterday, I think, that really moved me. He was saying, when the heart thinks and the mind feels, wisdom will fill you. And although I wanted to take you to the direction and tell you that you're going to be really happy, because I heard the happiest court card in the deck, maybe it was just simply saying you're going to be so happy. But this is taking us onto the important guidance here. When this news comes, don't move in the direction strictly of your heart or the direction of your mind. It is a time where you really want to see through your emotions. Like, no, it's not the time to fear or worry. It's time to think about it rationally and not let your emotions drive you. But it is also a time where you want to use your intuition and allow your mind to move in the direction that you want. So I think this is telling me to tell you that when the news is out, pause and look at how it's going to be benefiting you and keep an open mind. Perhaps this change could be moving you to something that you've originally wanted. So have an open mind to explore that, and don't allow your heart to go rampage, to go out of control, because it won't allow you to think. And so it's the time to sit stable and to see what a gift the universe is giving you, because it's strongly pushing you towards the right direction that you want in the first place. And this is why this prediction was so important to reach you today. You do see an eagle here standing on the crystal. This prediction is coming to make you stronger. So listen wisely to it. It is the throat chakra here after all. It is meant to reach you early. And this news is taking you towards the direction of your success, of what you wanted to do. It's attracting something huge as opposed to something small with the magnetic South Pole. Because I get a sense that you were a bit lost. And the reason I say that is because the magnetic South Pole is, something that people can't discover. Although they try to discover where it is, it shifts all the time. I feel like somehow you want to achieve something, but you have a direction, but you don't know how to go. You don't know how to get there. You don't know where there is yet. And this news is coming to your favor. I paused because I heard in my mind, only you. I don't know why. Is it coming specifically for you guys? I don't know. But that's so sweet if this is the case, right? Because I heard, only you can make all the stars seem bright. Only you. Guys, I really feel like this decision is really coming to serve you. It's taking you towards your destiny. You're my dream come true, my one. There was destiny somewhere in the song, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you are my destiny. Yeah, I really feel like this is destined to happen. Perhaps this is why I heard only you. This is destined for you to happen because it's taking you towards your destiny, that great success that you are hoping and wishing for. It's going to fulfill a strong dream that you have. It's going to fill it, and you will be taking so generously out of this decision. So it's not a time to panic. Perhaps this is why I heard not others, and another time I'm hearing only you. Do you see that? It's like your path is different. Don't worry about what's going on with others. The universe will definitely be taking care of them. But focus on you. This is here to serve you now. And it's so sweet how I heard only you. It's like you're so loved. Take this wisdom that this reading is giving you and look at it like I told you. Let your heart think and your mind feel. Open it towards your dreams, and don't let your emotions make you panic, veering you off course. Take the time to think and go introspect or think deeper. How is this news benefiting me? That's what you're meant to know at the moment about this. There's definitely in your cards a new beginning, a new way of doing something, or a new beginning opening up for you, like it's becoming broader. I feel like this card is an extension of the Hermit. You're seeing something further than what you saw, and because you can see much, much further, you're going to decide to not move in the same direction you were going, but to shift directions. And I do see that you are going to be very happy once you discover how this is in fact coming as a hug from the universe to you, to help you with something, to give you generously. I think when you find out how this is coming in, especially for you, you might even shed a tear or two. Such a sweet reading. And yeah, at this point, I highly recommend you check pile number 1. All right, so let's check out the rest of your cards. Yeah, I felt like they were the other way. You have the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Did the 10 of Pentacles come up in the 3 readings? I'm not sure about pile number 2. But pile number 1, they of course got the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Polar opposite, just like the 2 poles. And you have Temperance, right, coming to put it together. That's interesting. And the Death card. This is actually super interesting, how the energies are speaking here. Let me reflect on it. I'm seeing this as the cycles of life. The death and the rebirth and the cycle of life. And I'm seeing also these 2 as the cycles of life, because from something very hard to being very abundant and happy and prosperous with the 10 of Pentacles. So it's giving me a cycle again, a cycle. It's aggressively starting to sprout for you. Everything that you have worked hard towards in your life, all of these things, it's almost like a culmination of all the efforts that you've put in throughout your life. Now is the time for you to see that seed grow and open for you. And this almost reminds me with the Temperance card, like the dance of the Deva, of how they dance to create a soul, to create life. So and it reminds me of the movement of the magnetic field. Do you see that? Conduction of electricity. Magic is being created in your world at the moment. Trust the process. And birth is not easy. Remember, when we are birthed, maybe the process of being birthed is a little bit scary, but the child gets hugged by its mother, kissed by its mother, comforted by its mother right away, and it's held so lovingly in the hands of its parents. So at the moment, trust the process. Is when you hear the news, tell yourself, I'm going through the umbilical cord and I'm about to be birthed right now. I'm getting into something awesome. This is the movement of my rebirth. Some magic is happening right now because I'm moving from all the things I had to endure to being rebirthed into a new world that is so prosperous for me. And I'm feeling very passionate about your pile because I can really see it, I can really feel it, and I hope you can see it and feel it with me too in your reading. Some magic is happening in your life and you're picking it up with the Carborandum being a semiconductor. You're getting the benefits out of it. You're like an electromagnetic field that is strongly attracting that which you wish for in your life at the moment. So zone out of all the chaos that may be happening on your outside and remember only you. This is for you, pile number 3. Take the time to think with your heart and feel with your mind. Where is this taking you? How can you make benefit of it? Because once you open up your eyes towards it, you will be pleasantly surprised. With the Fool, and I remember I said Fool instead of the Fool, and I was like, why did I say Fool? But you'll realize that you were a fool to think this was a bad thing. You're gonna like face palm and go, oh my God, how is this awesome thing happening to me? How did I think of this awesome thing happening to me as something horrible? What a fool I am. And it's instantaneously going to be a hit of good luck that will help you shift path somehow. There's a strong shift in your path. And I'm so curious to find out what this is about for you, my dear pile number 3. I truly hope you update me with this. Believe me, I get so invested in your readings. I put my heart and soul into it. And I would love to know. So when it's time, I hope you remember that you guys do update me. And I wish you the best of luck with this. You're moving on your right direction now. Because this is the direction. Whereas you could have been moving slowly in one direction. Now you're shifting direction into the right place. Now you know where you're going as opposed to going by the feels. And it will turn out to be very giving for you, very abundant, very giving, very prosperous, full of great success. This is your time. The bells are ringing. This is your time. And you're going to be moving very quickly towards something, whereas before you could have been moving slowly. It's like a plant. Things are forming energetically, and then whoop, all of a sudden it starts sprouting and living and growing. And my dear pile number 3, this was your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. You have no idea how much I felt your reading to the core. I wish you the best of luck with that. So a surprise announcement is coming up in your life that's going to be bringing a lot of blessings to you. This was your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Regard this as a gift to the universe, only to you. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity e-cookbook. It has 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. I was very passionate about this project. I partnered with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in last year to be able to bring out this e-cookbook for you guys. If you're vegan, there is a vegan version. If not, you can make use of both ebooks. This way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from, maybe even for the rest of your life. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And my dear pile number 3, sending you so much love, wishing you the best of luck on this new journey. May you always be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next reading.